all these rejections from the middle Bollinger Band.
Resistance we're going to need.
If you actually see here, we get a
And we'll look for a healthy higher
I
low.
would not
don't have
be
the
convinced
full
to
macro
enter a long trade.
Hey everyone, checking in on crypto. We're going to look at Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, BCH, XLM, BTG. Want to start it off first with a comparison chart. The top should look familiar. This is the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. It's been here for a long time. On the bottom, this is a fairly recent IPO. It's a telecommunications company. The reason there was hype behind it when it listed is because it is from the former CEO of the CGC, Canadian MJ, leader of the space, and this is his other company. So everybody, and I should say it's the other way around. This is the CGC's CEO. This is his former company. So the bottom line is it was all hype. And what I just want to show is this is a completely different time frame. This is the daily chart, and it's a completely different sector, yet the pattern is the exact same. And the reason for that is because it is an emotional pattern. It is not a new pattern to cryptocurrency, and we're just seeing it long and drawn out in this instance, but you can find this pattern in a lot of other different places, like I said, on different time frames, and it just goes to show you that this is normal human psychology, and this is the way that things play out after you get that kind of exponential move. So what happens after this remains to be seen, but just wanted to highlight that. Bitcoin on the daily, continuation for the bulls, very nice follow through. I'm still in my position that I entered on this bull break of the daily time frame, and that's when we had the little brief higher low and then continuation move. Then we back tested and held that support, and now we're looking at a cross of the 12 and the 26 period exponential moving averages. We haven't had a convincing cross since the bounce back in August, so the bulls would love to see that follow through. And at this point, we are now entering an area where, having broken the high of the first bounce attempt after the tether FUD, look at the lack of resistance here. So the next resistances are in the upper 6,600s and beyond, with the key weekly level at 6,823 with this double top. So the bulls have space to work with is the bottom line. The shorts are continuing to cover. They are still dropping down to lower lows. Shorts are not building positions. One thing that did stand out to me on BTC yesterday was that the bears were putting up a fight. And if we're looking at the most bullish days recently, it was on Sunday and then again yesterday, last night. And if we look at the hourly time frame on Sunday, the bulls just ran with it. It was a fairly easy move for them to get that breakout. And if you look at yesterday's trading action, we had an attempt to break resistance that was pretty significantly rejected and pushed down. Another couple attempts with upper wicks showing rejections. And then even here on the bull break where we got follow through, the bears didn't just roll over. What they did was attempt to knock the price right back down as soon as it broke out, and the bulls counteracted that yet again. And I'm not going to be able to find it, it looks like, on these time frames. But what it was one of those scenarios that I've talked about if you've been watching these videos, where the bulls need to punch the bears in the mouth. And here was the breakout for the higher high, instantly rocketed back down. So 64.90 we'll call the top, and then the next minute candlestick dropped the price back down $40+ and erased that move. Then the bulls battled, and then there's that punch in the mouth for the bulls saying, no bears, we're going higher, and taking everybody along with the ride. So that showed me the bulls' resilience, but it also showed me that the bears aren't just rolling over. There are still bears sticking around at this point. So now we are watching 4-hour healthy consolidation as we head into tonight. And we're going to be looking to test those exponential moving averages. Charts are struggling to keep up. So there's our exponential moving averages trying to catch up. This is a healthy bull flag of consolidation at this point. And I know it's a bull flag because the hourly time frame gave us a lower high and lower low, and the bears didn't get any follow through on these lower lows. You can see every time we hit the lower low, it is met by some brief buying to give us a move up. So whenever I see that action, we zoom out to look for that bull flag. If we were seeing follow through for the bears and increased bear volume, that would be a different story and it wouldn't be a potential bull flag. But at this point, this is a textbook bull flag, and we need to see the hourly trend change for the bulls to look to confirm that. So anything under 65.19 is just a lower high. The bulls need to break these lower highs and head back up to 65.40. And then, of course, we're watching the weekly time frame. Weekly exponential resistance has been giving the bulls some trouble. We're heading up to those levels. And I looked at some of these weekly time frames, and unfortunately, it does look like that the possibility is there that we could trade in these tight weekly patterns for another 3+ weeks. And I say that after looking at Ethereum's weekly time frame, and that's because if we look at the equilibrium that is forming on Ethereum, we have our clear low of the dump, high of the bounce, higher low, and now we're looking at the potential of a lower high, and anything under 255 is that lower high. So we could still see the bulls move 10% from where we stand right now and still be forming a weekly lower high. So I looked at this chart and I said, oh man, are we really going to stay in this tightening equilibrium pattern for another 3+ weeks? And we just have to be aware that, yes, it's a solid bull move on the daily time frame for these names, but we're not changing weekly trends yet. And we have to get that signal to be looking for the longer term momentum to shift. I'm also watching the coin market cap. The market cap is higher than it's been in quite some time. Well, not quite some time, maybe a month or so on the total market cap of all cryptocurrencies. I want to see it get over 226. That was a level that I looked back where that was the mark, pretty much the highest mark we've seen in a couple months. So if we are able to break that level, that will tell me that money is coming in, because these bull breaks don't mean a whole lot if we don't see money coming in that market cap. So we do want to see that break to higher highs as well. And that market cap weekly chart pretty much looks like the Bitcoin weekly chart as well. So we need that trend to change. So let's go to key levels on Bitcoin. After we get over 6540, we'll look at 6600 psychological if we do confirm this bull flag. And at this point, if we see a break of 6490 and any follow through for the bears, that would be a red flag. And we would be looking at a test of the exponential support. And we would still look for a 4-hour higher low, but it wouldn't be the potential bull flag setup. A 4-hour equilibrium would be the most likely result after that, not just a continuation move, which the bulls still have the possibility for. So Ethereum 4-hour consolidation, healthy as well. A little bit more follow through on the lower high and lower low bear break, but we're holding these exponential supports still. That's where the last higher low was established. I did enter an Ethereum bull position yesterday on this bull break, and I am looking to hold my Bitcoin and Ethereum position as long as I can, because I'd love to hold them swing trading through a weekly bull break, but obviously that has not happened yet. So I'm still protecting those trades and watching the 4-hour uptrends. And if we lose the 4-hour uptrends, we know the daily chart's going to consolidate. So I will protect these trades, but just letting you know my time frame for the trade, I'm not looking to lock in profit anytime soon, because I'm trying to establish a swing play for a longer term hold, but I will exit those positions and then just look to reestablish later if we do pull back significantly from these points. Ripple on the daily time frame, inside bar is forming. Bulls are loving that it's on low volume. The 4-hour time frame here is pretty healthy consolidation as well. We formed a new resistance at 5557. And the key support in the short term, we're looking down here at 5283. So we just held that level just barely. It's a bit of a double bottom, and if we look at it on the hourly time frame, it's a descending triangle pattern essentially. We have a triple low, and then it's just lower highs getting tighter and tighter. And actually, we did get a little higher high here with no follow through. At this point, the most important levels for me are 52.8, this low, this base of support, and resistance of 546. If we can break 546, that will be a convincing shift that will have the bulls looking to attempt that continuation on the 4-hour time frame as well. And then we're looking up at 5.7 resistance from there. So the 4-hour time frame, exponential supports holding, healthy consolidation for everybody that we've looked at so far. BCH on the daily time frame, healthy consolidation as well, potentially pausing to see 4-hour consolidation. We lost the hourly uptrend, and that was the indication that 4-hour consolidation was coming. So the hourly higher low pattern all of yesterday broke when we lost the support level of right here of 621, and then we dropped down to 603 from there. So a decent little follow through. I believe that was a 3% follow through for the bears. And now we're looking for just a lower high to form. So we're watching the 4-hour consolidation just like everybody. The exponential supports have been holding for days, and the bulls are just trying to form a 4-hour higher low, because anything above 540 will do it for that higher low. And they're just looking to remain in control. So no red flags at this point. At this point, to see a red flag in any of these names, we're going to have to lose the 12-period exponential moving average on the 4-hour time frame. And if we do get continuation for BCH, who has now changed the weekly trend, after 638.55, we're going to be looking up at 659. XLM, daily time frame, also seeing consolidation and an inside bar. You can tell that consolidation is more significant, and there we are losing the exponential support. So increasing bear volume and more of a pullback than we've seen on any of these other names, and a breakdown below the exponential support and the first close under the exponential support from this multiple day run that we've seen. So it is a little bit of a red flag, and because of the size of this pullback, we would look for a 4-hour equilibrium to form with a lower high compared to 2.7 and a tightening range, rather than that continuation move that we're looking at for the potential 4-hour bull flags and all these names that have their support on the exponential still. So you can see by losing that support, we created more of a range. So it's a more space for the bulls to try and make their way up to see that continuation. So that shifts the odds. Whereas the odds favor potential continuation on the bull flags, it favors an equilibrium on the names that pull back more significantly. BTG USD, this is the one where we showed that long chart, just through the roof accumulation for months. And it's a solid bull move here that we're seeing. The weekly time frame is shifting momentum as well. And we can see the next weekly major resistance is 33.40. And we're getting fairly close. We got up to 33 at this point. 33.40 would be a key break. But we're seeing healthy consolidation. The 4-hour time frame, same as everybody else. Higher low is forming. Exponential support is holding. At this point, bulls really want to maintain support of 31.17. And we're looking up at resistance of 33. And the size of the pullback here is pretty significant as well, almost 6%. So there's a potential of an equilibrium here as well, rather than just the continuation move that the stronger consolidating names are hoping for. So interesting setups out there. The bottom line is the 4-hour time frame trend favors all these bulls, losing the 4-hour chart, and we look for daily consolidation. And a lot of these names are set up to form daily higher lows as well. The weekly trends are still in a tight pattern. BCH is the only weekly trend that has convincingly broken. BTG has broken, but we want to get over that 33.40 level to be a very convincing break as well. And for XLM, we also have a weekly little higher low and higher high move. So that is a shift of momentum, certainly more so than some of the other tight ranges that we're seeing. So one by one, we're getting these little signals, these little breaks, and the bulls are starting to get a little bit of hope. Shorts are still covering. And we're going to keep a close eye on any potential news catalyst from BACT or from anything regarding ETFs for a potential catalyst to break the weekly lower highs. But at this point, I'm just in comfortable trades that I want to hold longer term, and I'm going to protect them with some stop levels, and we'll see if these bulls can keep up this momentum into tomorrow. Appreciate you watching. Hope you continue to do some good things out there, and I will see you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side.